Alrighty then, welcome to episode 3 of F1 2019 Career Mode, where today we are in Shanghai, China, and Carl, as you can see, has failed us again. Our major engine power upgrade has not come in. I can't trust this guy with anything at this point. A fast car? No. Well, actually, it's quite fast, but it doesn't matter. Upgrades won't bring car. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do here, eh? So, yeah, that's a bad way to start the weekend off with a failed upgrade, which means we're gonna have to order that one for next race in Azerbaijan and have the drag update in Azerbaijan. So it's gonna be sketchy. God damn you, Carl.
Welcome to Shanghai, China, for what I've no doubt is going to be a fantastic F1 qualifying session. Looking at this field today, Anthony, do you think we're going to see anyone take a chance? Maybe run the hard tyres and save some of the grippier tyres for the race tomorrow?
Well, I'd be surprised in all honesty. It's only the front runners that really have the pace to get away with that, and even then, at the end of the day, it's a big risk. Track position is the most important thing, and it's rarely worth sacrificing for a slightly more optimal strategy in the race, so I doubt we're going to see anyone trying it. I have been wrong before though. We certainly do see some risky decisions every now and then, and it's a gamble that's sometimes worth taking. But if it were me in the car, I would want to be on the fastest tyre for my qualifying lap, without a doubt.
Indeed, and I am not going to take that risk either. I'm going straight with the soft tires, not even going to touch the mediums, just in case I get into Q3 and I can use those tires for the race, because if I get into Q3 on soft tires, it's going to be a two-stop no matter what. So Q1, there's our lap. We went second fastest. Lando was first for a while, but then two Mercedes just knocked him down. The Ferraris went in on the medium tires, so there you go. But out of Q1, you have Giovinazzi, Kubica, Russell, Albon, and Daniel Kvyat. But yeah, we are into Q2 in P9. Right, Q2, here we go. We start off with the end of our outlap onto our flying lap. It was busy running wide there, so hopefully that doesn't hinder our performance on this lap. It was a clean lap, sort of. Well, you'll see. So, as we're going on the lap, I had some troubles with some high-speed corner, like the high-speed left-right. That's transition. That's always been a challenge for me, and it also showed today. So going on, maxing out down to 210 miles an hour, braking hard, go a little bit deep, but it's fine. We can set up a run out of the corner of the hairpin, and now 7th gear, brake down to 5th, run a bit wide, DRS open, and we go, what's that, 4th fastest. So behind Hulkenberg and mediums, and in the end, we're P7. But look at that, Lando Norris is out in P13. He's out of Q2. That's a shame. You know, like, who was it? I think it was Anthony that said track position is the most important thing. So, yeah, out of Q2, we have Raikkonen, Grosjean, Norris, the two Red Bulls of Gasly and Ricciardo. So yeah, look at the two Renaults though, up in P4 and P5. Look at them doing well. You have Hulkenberg, who made it in on the medium tires. So looks like you know, if you start in the medium, you might have a strategic advantage. So that P13 may not be all too bad for Lando Norris. Now, Q3, here we go. End of our lap, because it was a pretty boring lap. Nothing much happened. It was just clean and fast. Except the final corner again, going wide, and look at that, P6. But actually, we had two sets of fresh soft tires, so we have two runs. So here's our second run, coming to the end of Sector 2 into Sector 3. We're 4/10, 5/10 up now on our previous lap, so that lap was quite bad. This lap is much improved. And the run through this long right-hand corner. If you get the line right, you can get on the power early, like there, and then just blast it down this kilometer-long back straight. Here we go, DRS open, 200, 205, 209 miles an hour. So into the brake zone, lose a little bit of time, like a tenth. But now under power we gain like half a tenth back, so it's alright. Final corner, throw it in, gain 2/10 there, and across the line we go P8.
Good work.
Indeed, Jeff. P8 in the McLaren for the Chinese Grand Prix, which is alright. I was expecting something
And
higher,
with
but
qualifying complete, let's
well,
review
with
our
the
top three today.
The Renaults were
Bottas,
on
Hamilton,
fire.
and Sebastian Vettel. With qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
Yeah, the Renaults were absolutely on fire. So I was kind of hoping to beat them, but really say like I probably won't. And there you go. Sergio Perez in P6, he did well, but it's Bottas on pole position. Look at that, and Hamilton, his former teammate, in second place in the Ferrari. Oh dear.
It's time to find out which driver is up to the task of claiming the Chinese Grand Prix. We're here in Shanghai. Shanghai International Circuit then, a 16-corner high-speed thrill ride. The long and ever-tightening right-hander at turns 1 and 2 tests a driver's patience, and the flat, open to the elements location, tests their skill in a crosswind. 2 DRS zones will assist passing, and overtaking is available into turn 1 and of course down the kilometre-long back straight into the hairpin at turn 14. Alongside me to discuss all the action today is Anthony Davidson. And thanks for joining us, Ant. And tell me, you were down in the pit lane earlier. How do you think the track conditions are today?
Well, the surface looks clean enough, but I'm a little bit worried about the track temperature. It's pretty cool out there, which could give some teams difficulties when it comes to keeping their tyres in the right operating window. The cars out there that work their tyres hard and really put a lot of energy through them, they'll be the ones that are better off.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and starting alongside in P2 is Sebastian Vettel. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Hülkenberg, Verstappen, Sergio Perez and Leclerc, Iceman, Magnussen, Sainz and Daniel Ricciardo, Bottas, Gasly, Lando Norris and Grosjean, Raikkonen, Kvyat, Alexander Albon and George Russell. Kubica and Antonio Giovinazzi starts from the back of the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
So there you have it. Bottas with grid penalty, which means it's a front row lockout for the Ferraris with Hülkenberg in P3. So we've been elevated. We've been handed one position up into P7. So hopefully nothing goes wrong in the race and the surge is fine. But it looks like no matter what, it's going to be a 2-stop, which is kind of disappointing. But hey, you have to work with what you're given. So 2-stop from a set of softs to 2 sets of mediums. Yep, that seems like the fastest strategy. So I tried to play around with strategy, trying to see if I could do anything with it, but in the end I ended up going with the default strategy. So that's how our race will begin, indeed. And yeah, now we go to the race grid, to 5 red lights. Look at them coming on. Sequentially, definitely, and lights are out. We are underway. Our tractor was bad, but our start was good, so it was mediocre. We get passed by Magnussen down the inside, and look at that. We try to go around the outside, switch to the inside, but we ultimately run too far wide, and Magnussen gets that position off of us. But if you look at the top left, Bottas is already up into P9, so there's gonna be something scary to look out for. And look at that dive bomb on Magnussen and Perez. Well, Perez gives me no room, and Magnussen just flies by. Look at that. Now we have a very, very focused Mercedes boy right behind us as we get into the middle sector of lap 1. But now transition to the end of lap 1. Bottas dives down inside, but we got some great traction around the outside. We keep it ahead of Bottas. we are fighting a Mercedes right now. This is awesome. It's Lewis Hamilton, the Ferrari. Says fast lap of the Grand Prix. Well, here comes Bottas with that Mercedes power and the straight line speed. Will make a move into turn 1. No, he will not. We defend that position, but then we run wide and Bottas sees the opportunity, sticks it down the inside. We try to stick around the outside, turns to the inside. We get the traction and we out-traction Bottas, and we are still ahead of him. So we are fighting a Mercedes car and legitimately staying ahead of him. Look at that. We are good at this. But now, on the back straight, Bottas with the slipstream, we move a little bit, but he goes all the way to the right, and he goes down the inside. But look at that, we brake late as well. Will this be a repeat of lap 1? Yes, it might be. We get the traction, we pull ahead of Bottas, and look at that, we almost got him, and through the left final corner, we do got him. And just like that, we're on to lap 3. There's an able, but our team is telling us to pit this lap, so they want us to pit 1 lap earlier than usual, but we run wide again through turn 1, and Bottas just sees the gap, puts the car in it, and goes through. And that, well, that's that. It's a Mercedes. I'm in a McLaren. I can't keep up, so he just checks out of the Grand Prix, away from us anyway. Now onto the back straight again. But these guys have DRS now, mean signs anyway. So look at that, closing up. We squeeze him to the left-hand side. Look at that. He pulls ahead, but we dive bomb him back. We lock up, keep going straight, and he runs into us. And look at that, Lando Norris. We push signs wide, which allows Norris to go through. We are the best teammates in the world. Look at that. Wait, I am the best teammate in the world. So into the pits now for a very long stop. This is lap 3. And we will be in last place, so that's unfortunate, but hopefully the McLaren boys can do a quick stop. Our boys in blue,
Go now.
we're at 2.1 second stop, so a bit slower than Bahrain, but it's not much. That's great.
We'll be doing 1 more stop today. 1 stop left in our strategy.
Indeed, 1 more stop. God, I'm trying not to fall asleep how early it is, but I'll keep going. So yeah, we are in last place, and we'll try to recover now with lap 7. A few more people made their pit stop, and look at the man behind us, Valtteri Bottas. He's on soft tires, so
seconds.
he's able to pull off strategy I wanted to do. But of course, Mercedes has better tire wear, so it would make sense. And look at that, he just pulls away. Switch to overtake ERS, and even Rich see if I can pull back, but that Mercedes is too quick in a straight line. We are gaining, but it's not gonna be enough, so we have to concede the position. And oh no, we send it to the inside. Our car doesn't stop fast enough, and oh, that was an aggressive move. Bottas is not gonna be happy, so I brake early, let him pass, let him have the position so he can go away and chase his dreams like a true Mercedes.
Teammate ahead is 19.1 seconds.
Alright then, so Lando's 19 seconds ahead of us, so, and he's on the 1 stop, so I don't think I will be seeing him again this race, but we'll have to see what happens as Bottas has now started to leave me behind. Yeah, that's probably going to be the last we'll ever see from him is now. End of lap 8, back straight again, chasing after Giovinazzi, trying to see if we can overtake him. We're gaining the speed, gain speed. I think we're going to have to go for a dive bomb. We do so, but it's a horrendous one. We don't brake in time. We run deep. Giovinazzi gets the switch back and goes. So now we're setting ourselves up for a run into turn 1. We gain through the final corner, get a bit of slippage. Our car is very low actually, again. I enjoy running a low car. Yeah, so there we go. We're ahead of Giovinazzi through turn 1. Bottas is overtaking Daniel Kvyat into the Toro Rosso. And that's a Williams car of Russell, I believe it was. We'll find out soon enough. But now, end of lap 9, it's Kvyat actually. And look at that, we cut the corner a bit. Yeah, we slowed down too much. And now look at this. Through this corner, we push Kvyat wide. We push him off, and we get ahead of him. But we also have DRS. And we're gonna be chasing after Robert Kubica. Overtake mode, but not Rich Mix. Kvyat tries to make a move on me. We make a move on Robert Kubica. Into the hairpin. Look at that. He locks up. I do not. And traction wise, we get traction, but he has the power. Look at that. We break, keep around the outside, but the Williams also has traction. Look at that. And he has DRS as well. He's gonna go flying into turn 1. What kind of madness is this? But we send it to the inside, run wide. He gets a switchback. Mate, what is happening? I am fighting a Williams. When did it come to this? I never knew it happened, but apparently it's happening. So. But we do keep it ahead of him. And up next, another Toro Rosso and another Williams. Oh god, Deja Vu 2.0. What? I don't even know. Oh, this time's Albin and Russell, so hopefully we can make this a bit easier. 2 Formula 1 rookies. So hopefully we can make this quite easy. Of course, I am also a rookie, but yeah, we'll ignore that. Right, so through the fast, right. This time we do the move again. An identical move to Albon. That was, wow, that was almost inch perfect. Separate by the way, and shove him off. We both get DRS. And I use Richmond to take mode to make sure that he doesn't dive bomb me, and that's what happens. But now we close up to Russell, and we will set ourselves up for a move into turn 1. This has been an action-packed race so far, and now through the final quarter, set ourselves up for turn 1. Medium low standard rig, just standard fuel mix, just pure DRS and straight line speed, overtaking. He switches back on me, which I do not appreciate, but hey, he did it anyway. We're up into P10, so now this is a legit P10, because everyone now has to make another pit stop. Everybody behind me is making a pit stop, which is good. And now, lap 13, catching up to Kimi Raikkonen in Alfa Romeo. So, lean mix but overtake mode, because I know this is going to be easy moving just like that. Look at that, we're past the Alfa Romeo racing car, and look at that, Lando Norris is into the pits. So the one stoppers will be pitting now. So yeah, we'll try and grow a gap and maintain the pace. But thing is, not too long later, lap 15, we come to pits for a second stop. So now we're going on to another set of fresh. Jesus Christ, I can't speak English language. Fresh, soft tire, medium tires.
Go.
This is hard to do when you, this is hard to do when you are slightly drowsy. But I'll live with it, and now we exit the pits. A bit of a twitch on the wheel. It doesn't turn, and we get a warning for pit lane exiting before the line, but I don't really care, it's just a warning. So now, lap 17, catching up to Grosjean, DRS, lean mix, overtake mode, and we are past the house car. P9, right. I believe everybody has made their pit stop now, so this is a race of pure pace. Now, up next is 2 Red Bulls of Gasly and Daniel Ricciardo. So here we go. Lap 19, we have caught up to 2 Red Bulls. Of course, now they're the 5th or 6th best team. I think they're the 5th best team, so there we go. We try to go around the outside Pierre Gasly, but cut in, get the slipstream, rich mix, overtake mode, and DRS, we are pulling out, overtaking the first Red Bull, and we're catching up to Ricciardo very quickly. Might be able to make a dive bomb, and no, well, we kind of do. We go through the gap that he leaves us, and look at that, he squeezes us onto the grass, sort of, and onto the curb. Now set ourselves up for a move into turn 1 once more. I think this is one of my favorite places to overtake. DRS, rich and overtake, and we're past. And just like that, we're hitting Red Bulls. I don't think we'll make another overtake. However, later on we find out that Lando Norris has some kind of mechanical issue. So looks like we'll be catching him up quite quickly, and we do actually, because we catch him at a rate of 3 seconds a lap. So at lap 25, we are right behind Lando Norris. But I have a strategy, you know. I set my car to lean and none. So we are gonna safely on ERS behind Lando. We will not overtake him until the last lap. Well, lap 27 on this straight. So that we can like try and set a fast lap. Not the fastest lap, but my personal best fast lap. So as you can see, I am lifting quite a bit and upshifting safe fuel. And look at even with DRS, we start gaining on him, but we lift off a bit. Try not to provoke him. He does defend anyway, and he locks up a bit. So, but I do stay behind him. Bit of a tap, but
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
generally I stick behind Lando Norris. But my problem is I hope that the guys behind him catch up to Lando and overtake him. Because if they don't, this would be like McLaren beating everybody with P5 and P6 at the moment. We are from
Okay, we've
McLaren.
got plenty of
Yeah,
energy.
so
Switch
here we
to
are.
overtake and have a go.
Alright, so we're switching to rich mix. Not overtake mode yet, but it's time to overtake Lando. I'm sorry, buddy. You can have this. You're slow. So I just rich
We've only
mix
got 2 laps of fuel
and
left.
yeah, Lando with his ERS. And now DRS is open and we start cleaning. Right. But by Lando, I have a fast lap to set, and indeed, that's it. We check out from Lando. His issue holds him back a bit, but if we keep on looking, I can tell you right now immediately
This
that
is your final lap of the race.
Lando does not get overtaken by Daniel Ricciardo and the Red Bull. They do get close, and for one more lap, I think they would pass him, but he does manage to stay ahead. As now, I'm going to show you my final lap on Richmond and overtake mode. So yeah, good traction out of turn 2, on towards turn 3, and braking for turn 4. Let's break a lap. Look, that's sector 1 green. So we are heading.
Hulkenberg's leading the race.
We are faster than our best lap, even on these ruined medium tires. So wide through here, that's going to lose us quite a bit of time. And now through here, this section, these 2 turns I always struggle with, but this time it seems to be alright. So we carry on. Nico
Peak up to the
Hulkenberg
car
is a
ahead
race
is
winner. That one-stop
20.3
strategy
seconds.
was too OP, and yeah, basically even I struggled to catch up to Lando. So if he didn't have that issue, Lando would be a solid P5 or maybe P4, but I doubt it. So yeah, red sector 2 because of that wide berth through the right handle. Now braking for the hairpin, lock up, run a bit deep, sliding the car, and now accelerating up again, back into hot lap mode. We used to overtake from back straight. And now hot lap mode, run to the line, we come across the line for P5 in a Chinese Grand Prix.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
And yes, Jeff, you should be excited me. It's a 5-6 for McLaren. What are you on about? Ugh.
And Mercedes have pulled off a great victory here today. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
Well, I know it's a bit of a boring answer, but the truth is they simply had the best speed package on the day, and a driver who knows how to take advantage of that. It doesn't matter how much time you spend poring over the stats and planning strategies if you can't keep the pace, and our winner today showed they could do both.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes.
So here we are, race results. Nico Hulkenberg's a race winner, but Sebastian Vettel got fastest lap. Guess McLaren 5 and 6. So drivers championship wise, we maintain P4 ahead of the Ferrari of Sebastian Vettel, but he will be catching us quite quickly. Lando Norris is up into P6, showing that McLaren as a team we are doing really good at the moment. Constructors we are P3, head of Racing Points, 50 points to their 20. So Looks like another P3 is coming up, but you never know. The two Red Bulls, P7, P8, in the race results. Grosjean ninth, and who's that? Max Verstappen and Renault, P10. So, look at that. Everyone who did the one stop, they did really well. Like, honestly. If not for the two stops of me, Vettel, Bottas, and Hamilton, most of top 10 would be one stop. So, there you go. The one stop was 2 OP. So yeah, race results. There you go. The only DNF was it was a Williams car. Yeah, George Russell. Unfortunate for him, but you know, these things happen in F1. So now we watch the race highlights.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that.
Yes, I am, Chloe.
You had a close battle today, didn't you?
Yeah, we're both pushing each other to be the best drivers we can be, young lady.
You had a few bumps and scrapes today. Who would you say is at fault?
Now, I was so close to saying that Kevin was at fault. I was I was hovering over the button, but I'm like, I'm just gonna say nothing about it and just carry on with my life.
Well, thanks anyway.
Yeah, you're welcome, Claire. So here we are, race rundown. We basically are thrashing our rivals, Norris and Grosjean, at the moment. Reputation goes up, and there you go. That was the race. It was actually pretty fun, apart from those laps where after the first pit stop, there's like 3 laps, so that was boring. But we purchased a minor drag update, so that means for next race in Baku, we have 3 upgrades coming, and if any one of them fails, I will strangle Carl and throw him out the bin. I will throw him on the track and just lay 2 strips of rubber on him, so make sure you stay tuned for that.